Hey everybody, happy Easter. Can't wait to get into the lesson with you. I hope you all have had a great morning so far. And so let's just get right into our Easter lesson today, all right? So we talked about Wednesday, we talked about Good Friday. And we said that Good Friday was when Jesus died on the cross for us, right? So that's the first part of why we celebrate Easter, was Jesus dying on the cross. But the main reason that we celebrate Easter is because of the resurrection of Jesus. And we say that Jesus was taken off the cross. It's in the Bible. Jesus was taken off the cross, and then he was placed in the tomb. And then on what day did Jesus rise again? Rayleigh, do you know the answer? What day did Jesus rise again? The third day, that's right, okay? So we're gonna show you, I'm gonna use these items here, and we're gonna make resurrection rolls to talk about the resurrection of Jesus. And remember, all of this was part of the prophecy, okay? And so we had to have Jesus rising on the third day for the prophecy to be fulfilled and for everything to be done. And so what you need to grab for this is a bag of marshmallows. Okay, the bigger ones work better, so if you have the bigger marshmallows like these, that's great. You need some of those. You're gonna need some melted butter. Okay, I don't know if you can see in there, but you need some melted butter. You're gonna need a blend of white sugar and brown sugar and cinnamon. And I just kind of threw some in there. I didn't really measure it. Probably about 1/4 of a cup of the brown sugar and 1/4 cup of the white sugar, and then about a teaspoon of cinnamon in there, okay? And then you're also gonna need some crescent rolls. This was the ones I bought was the sheet of them. Or you could actually, if you don't have crescent rolls, you could actually use the biscuits, the canned biscuits if you wanted to, and just roll them out flat. Take a rolling pin and kind of roll them out, okay? So let's get into the story. So after Jesus is taken off the cross, it says in the Bible that he was taken off the cross, and Jesus was what? Right, his mother and all of his followers came and they cleaned Jesus's body up, all right? So our marshmallow is going to represent Jesus's body. Another thing about the marshmallow that I want you to keep in mind, that it's pure what? It's pure white. And as we said, Jesus was the only perfect person, and so it took a perfect sacrifice to die on the cross for our sins, all right? So after they took Jesus off the cross, like I said, they cleaned him, and the first thing they did was they rubbed oils and spices on him. So this is where your butter and your brown sugar mix comes into. So we took his body. Rayleigh, you want to help me with this? So they took his body and they they rubbed him in the oil and they cleaned his body up. And make sure you roll it around your marshmallow in there good. Okay. And then after they did that, they put spices all over Jesus, okay? So that's when our brown sugar and our cinnamon and everything comes into play. Okay, so roll your marshmallow around you just want to kind of roll it around and coat it really good and make sure that it's all covered up. So after they did that, after they prepared his body for the burial, they rubbed him down with oil, they rubbed the spices on him, then they covered his body with clean white linens, right? So this is where our crescent rolls come into play. So you just take the crescent roll, and I laid it out like that, and we take Jesus's body and we roll it up into our crescent roll to represent his body being wrapped up, and then cleaning him up just like that, okay? So I'll do the other one real quick. So they rubbed his body in the oil, then they put the spices on him. Cover it. And then they wrapped his body in the linens. And if you get any holes in your crescent rolls here, you can just seal them up like that. But they wrapped him in the linens, and they covered him up. All right, so the next step that we need to do is you need to put these in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes at 350. So we're gonna take a little break and I'll come right back to you and we'll finish out our story, okay? So put your crescent rolls, if you're following me here, in the oven, and then I'll get back to you in about 10 or 12 minutes. Welcome back. So we've pulled our resurrection rolls out of the oven here, and this is what they should kind of look like. So we're gonna finish out the rest of our story. So we talked about that the marshmallow was Jesus's body. And after they took Jesus' body off the cross, that they rubbed him down with oils and spices. So that was our butter and our brown sugar and cinnamon. And then they wrapped his body up in clean linens. And then they placed him inside of the tomb. And our crescent roll represents that tomb. So they took Jesus' body, they sealed him up in the tomb. And then, like we said, to fulfill the prophecy of what had been told in the Bible many times, that Jesus would die on the cross for our sins, the Messiah would, they were talking about Jesus, and then on the third day he would arise. We're going to demonstrate that with our rolls here. So, after you've taken them out of the oven and you let them cool down just for a few minutes, and we're going to open this tomb up. You're gonna look inside that tomb and look, the body is gone, okay? Jesus's body is gone, just like it was in the Bible, all right? So, you know, to kind of finish out the story, they sealed the tomb up. Everybody, you know, was very all sad and upset that Jesus had passed away. And people, I think, were still a little cautious. They had heard the story, they had heard the prophecy told many times, but they were still kind of cautious about it and didn't, you know, I think had a little doubt. I think everybody would have probably had a little doubts. But they go there to clean his body again and to take care of his body. And when they walk up, what do they find? The stone is rolled away, and they look inside and they're like, where's Jesus' body? Where's Jesus' body? And Mary's crying. She's all upset because she can't find Jesus, and she's getting ready to walk away. And there stands, she doesn't really realize it at first, but this person asks her, like, why are you crying? What's wrong? She's like, I've come for my Lord and he's not there. He's gone. Somebody has stole his body. And Jesus looks at her and says, do not weep, for I am here. You're looking at me. You know, this is me. I'm here. So what happens? At the end of it, he tells her to go tell the disciples that he is there and he'll meet with them and he'll talk to them and explain everything. And then after he gets done talking to the people he needs to talk to, he ascends to heaven, okay? So that is the reason why that we celebrate Easter. Like I've said, it's not because of the Easter bunny or to get Easter baskets. It's because of the death and the resurrection of Jesus. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I know it's a little shorter than our other ones, but I hope you have a wonderful and blessed Easter. I look forward to getting to meet with you all again. We love you, and our prayers continue. Thank you. See you later. You want to try one, Rayleigh? Here you go. We'll see what Rayleigh thinks about it.
I want to try this one.
Oh, you want to try this one? Okay, so pull this one apart and we'll see. Open it up. Is he there? Jesus is gone, isn't he? All right, and they're great to eat. They're really yummy. So I hope you enjoy your treat. Thanks for watching.